It was a Sunday afternoon, and me and my girlfriend Kayla was going to the beach, which was located in Mexico. We ended up taking a plane to get to Mexico, and when we arrived, we went to our hotel. After that, we went to the beach. The water was the sky color baby blue on a sunny day, with people around us with tents where you would get food from. As me and Kayla decided to get in the water, we swam for a little until we saw something that caught our mind. It was a hidden treasure between these rocks. I went down to see what was in the treasure as I saw a big shark guarding what was down there. I swam as fast as I could until I got clipped by the shark's sharp teeth around my legs. I started to fight for my life. I grabbed the metal pipe I saw and hit the shark and swam back up through the rocks and told Kayla to get out the water. The sharks then began to surround the water, and the people from shore was not happy about this, so they pulled out guns demanding us to get back in the water. We was going to be eaten by sharks, and I did not want to be sharks' dinner. I said no, and then the man began to shot me in my leg, the one I got bitten by the shark. As I was in pain, I told Kayla that we was going to get through this. I wrapped my leg tight for it to stop bleeding, and I went into the water with the sharks. I looked back and saw my girlfriend's face, which was terrified. The men with the guns, I knew I had no choice. I would have to fight or die. I kicked the guy in the kneecaps. He dropped the gun. I grabbed the gun and started to fire back at those guys, and the shark then began to get closer to the shore. I have to reload, said by the men. I fired at him and then got shot and fell into the deep, which was surrounded by sharks, as I got eaten alive. This is now Kayla who is speaking. Rest in peace, my love. Me and my buddies Tom and Greg was going to the beach to go fishing because the weather was looking nice and it was going to start getting cold out, and we did not like the cold. As we got to the beach, there was a fishing store nearby. We needed to get some things for our fishing trip. The man who ran the fishing store did not look good. He looked as if he was a dead zombie. We got our stuff and went on our way. We wasn't even 5 miles from the shore, and we spotted another island. We was curious, so we went and checked it out. The island was beautiful, palm trees and clear shallow water. We parked the boat and looked around the island. What I saw made me stop and crashed to the ground. Well, almost crashed to the ground. It was a dead body, which did not look like it had been there, as if someone had just killed the man and left them laying there. I told my buddies, let's get out of here. We got onto the boat just to be stopped by a guy holding an axe. We kept trying to start the boat as the guy began to start walking closer to us. The boat then finally started and we got out of there. That day still haunts me to this day, because who knows what would have happened to us if we would have stayed longer than we did. It was October 31st, which was Halloween. Me and my friends, Alan and Ethan, decided it would be a good idea to go night swimming instead of trick-or-treating like the rest of the kids. As we waited for the day to turn night, we began to start second-guessing ourselves about night swimming. What if something bad happens, like we get eaten by a shark? Said by Ethan. I started to think to myself, this was a bad idea. But as the Halloween day began to turn dark, we began to start walking to the beach. We would pass kids with costumes, even some grown-ups wearing some costumes. Nothing out of the ordinary, though. As we got close to the beach, we saw that there was nobody there. It was pitch black. I started to second guess this decision that we came up with, because it wouldn't be hard to swim in the dark if you can't see where you're going. As we began to approach the beach, we looked around to see if we saw something that did not belong there, something that was out of the ordinary. And to my surprise, the coast was clear as day. I told my friends that I don't think I'm going to get in the water because it's dark and I cannot see anything. Not even my phone light was bright enough to see. My friends looked disappointed and started calling me scaredy cat, scaredy cat. I did not let that get to me because I knew deep down this was not safe, and I did not want to put myself in danger. As my friends began to get in the water, I told them that it was not safe. My friends ignored what I said until I heard a scream which sounded like my friend Ethan, and I started to panic. I felt something touch my feet and looked down and saw my friends Ethan and Alan's dead bodies washed up to shore. The blood splashed onto my leg. I almost screamed, but I kept it under control. I started to walk up until I saw out the corner of my eyes a shark swim by and a guy on the edge holding a chainsaw. I began to run fast as I could away from the water and the beach. As I ran from the guy with the chainsaw guy began to chase me after me. The scary part was it was Halloween, so I did not know if it was a guy who was a killer or a joker. But that did not stop me from keep running. The speed kept up. I did not look back. I ran past moving cars, even houses. But every time I looked back, the guy with the chainsaw was right behind me. I started to lose breath and wonder, how was this guy even keeping up with me? As I would scream for help, everyone would just walk past me and begin to start thinking I was going to die. Nobody was helping me at all. As I ran even faster, I saw a cop and stopped the cop and told him that there was a guy with a chainsaw chasing me, and that the guy with the chainsaw was gone after that, nowhere to be found. When the cop said point him out, I started to think to myself, I'm not crazy, am I? There was a guy with the chainsaw chasing me. Where did he go? I asked the cop if he would give me a ride home, and the cop said yes. I also told the cops that my friends are dead, and I think a shark ate my friends. And the cop sent people out there to see if my friends were dead. And to my shocking news, it had me terrified to even swim in the ocean ever again. As I saw on the news that my friend was eaten by a shark, and that the chainsaw guy was a part of my friends getting killed. I saw the chainsaw guy on the news, which he got caught after killing multiple people with his chainsaw. I'm so happy I got away and that cop gave me a ride, because who knows what would happen if I didn't get away. I could have been dead. I went to the beach to go for a swim. After swimming for a little bit, I saw an old man who was standing on the top of a cliff staring at me as I swam. I got a little terrified knowing that a man was staring at me with the creepy dead eyes as if he was going to kill me. I began to swim up to shore and started to dry off. As I looked at the cliff, the creepy old man was gone. That made me even more scared because I was a woman who was just trying to swim in the ocean like I used to do when I was a younger girl. I began to start creep out and headed to my Jeep and hopefully get away from this old man. As I approached my Jeep, I got hit in the back of my head, which it felt like a rock, as I got knocked out by a rock. I woke up to being chained up in an underground cave, it looked like. I started to scream for help, but knew it was not going to work because I was in the middle of nowhere. No sunlight, nothing. As I looked and saw the creepy old man make his way towards me, saying, "Oh, shh, little girl, it's going to be fine." As I asked, "What do you want? Money? What? What do you want?" The old man replied with, "No, no, 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 no. I just want your intestines." I screamed and cried, pleading the man, "Please go away. Please, I won't tell anyone, I swear. I swear on everything." The old man grinned and reached for his knife and said, "It won't hurt. It just might sting a little." The old man reached for his knife and I started to break out the chain, but I could not. The old man began to stab the knife through my stomach, and as I bled and kept trying to say, "Please stop, I beg you," he reached to my stomach and grabbed my intestines. And I sat there with the most painful pain I have ever felt in my life. Just to look and see the old man open this door under him and to throw my intestines into the water. It looked as if he was feeding sharks. I said, "You sick bastard, why would you do this to me?" The old man told me to shut up, or he would throw me into the pile with the sharks. I knew that there was nothing I could do. Days went by, and I started to feel weak. and knew that I was not going to make it. The old man did not feed me and was going to let me die. I said, "Just kill me already, old man." Then the old man began to let me off the chain. I was so weak. I tried to fight back. I tried to grab a knife that I saw on the ground and tried to stab him, but I was so weak. I couldn't do nothing. He threw me into the hole with sharks, and I got eaten alive. If you like these type of stories and videos, be sure to like, subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.